Congratulations on receiving the IFAJ Alltech International Award for Leadership in Agricultural Journalism. So it was announced that you and Kaylee Buchanan of Australia are the recipients. What an amazing accomplishment. What does it feel like to receive an international award?
Honestly, obviously disbelief to start off with. I'm very humbled and honored and emotionally overwhelmed, honestly, to receive this. There are so many amazing people that work in this field and contribute greatly to the agriculture industry, to the journey of food, and helping people understand where their food comes from and talking about the issues that surround it, sort of thing. Communication around agriculture has been a big thing with me for a number of years now, and to it culminate with an award like this is just, I have trouble putting the words together to describe it.
So you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's a good one, sort of thing. And I mean, I've known about this for a little while now, and I still get a little choked up when I start thinking about it.
Oh, wow. That's so wonderful. So do you know how many other journalists in the field you were up against? How many other countries? Do you have those kinds of figures?
I don't know how many different people had applied for it. I was told in regards to that this is the most they had ever seen in terms of applications.
Wow.
Which is fantastic, because it's great to see people taking this initiative to apply for awards and contributing to the industry on a global scale in their local communities. And I don't know exactly how many, but it involved 55 countries. So the IFAJ consists of 55 countries around the world. It's a global network, and it's just a fantastic network to be a part of.
It's wonderful. So the process to receiving this award would have been very different if we weren't dealing with a pandemic. So what was it like to receive it as a 2021 recipient? What did that look like that was different than it would have been in other years? Yeah, so normally they would go down to, there'd be a conference to sponsor Alltech. So thank you to the International Federation of Agricultural Journalists and Alltech for this, for selecting me for this award. I'm very honored and humbled to receive it. Normally we go down to the One Ideas conference with Alltech. Alltech is an international company, sort of thing, and they have this great conference every year where they bring in people from around the world. And it would have been great to see it, but the one thing about their conference last year was also virtual. They had 23,000 people attend their conference last year towards the beginning of the pandemic. And so it's a great collection of ideas and people and resources. And I'm just honored to be a part of that. And I'm looking forward to the celebration. You are very involved in your community through numerous volunteer roles. You're president of the Alberta Farm Writers Association, part of the Canadian Farm Writers Federation, co-owner of Rural Roots Canada, and Ag Media Production and Distribution Company. So you're involved in so many things. What keeps the passion so strong for you as you continue to be so involved in ag on so many different levels?
I think it really comes back to it's what I've been exposed to from my very beginning. I had my role models growing up were my dad and my grandpa. So they were the people I really wanted to spend time with out on the farm. So when I was really young, sort of thing, I couldn't picture myself doing anything else but going out and helping them with irrigation of the crop, sort of thing, with the cattle. I was an active 4-H member growing up. And so that kind of instilled me with these values about food and where it comes from. Now, I'll be honest, when I turned 18, I couldn't get off the farm fast enough. I had the big city lights in my eyes, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But it was surprising, like later on in my life, that I came back and just realized how comfortable I was on the farm, how much of it me that is their sort of thing. So when I get excited when I'm talking about agriculture, when I'm dealing with agricultural related stuff, when I'm talking with, and I also find myself when I'm working with people that are involved with agriculture and the journey of food and food production, I get really excited. It's a mutual interest sort of thing. So for me I grab inspiration and energy from those experiences, and that what just keeps me driving, sort of thing. Like I can tell you, I come home sometimes from whatever I'm doing, sort of thing, and it might be 9:00 at night, and I still have energy in me to continue on to work towards telling the story of food and where it comes from.
Yeah, you really have come full circle. I mean, born and raised on the farm and couldn't wait to get out fast enough, like you said, when you became an adult, and then kind of have come back to it again. So you, even with all of this, with the very little free time I assume that you have, you do still spend time on the family farm in Rolling Hills.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about that. How do you maintain such dedication to where you come from when you're still so successful and forward thinking in all of the other work you're doing in ag?
So in terms of the farm, I love getting back to the farm. Like first, there's something in me sort of thing that talks about growing up on a farm, sort of thing with my family, just feeling responsible for helping out my family. And I mean, so many people out there feel a connection to their families in regards to helping them when they can, sort of thing. And I'm no different. And I love getting home and helping. The other thing for me is I find the farm work very, I don't find it stressful for me. For me, I can just go home and work, and whatever my dad and my brothers need me to do, I'm happy to just help out wherever I can, sort of thing, and give them a hand. I feel a great sense of satisfaction when I do that sort of thing. So, and going back to your previous question, just in regards to what drives me there, is that I love connecting people, ideas, and resources. And I don't believe that there's any place better to do that than in agriculture, just in regards to the story of food. And it just brings me great pride to do that.
That was my next question, that you love connecting people, ideas, and resources, and how you make that combination fit into agriculture for you. I mean, I'm going over all of the things that you're involved in and that you do. And I wanted you to talk about how you've established an agricultural scholarship and travel bursary at Brooks Composite High School. Talk to us about that.
Well, one of the things for me, sort of thing, is I believe one of the big buzzwords in agriculture is sustainability. And to me, part of that equation for sustainability is about succession. And so succession is all about, so in terms of talking about sustainability in agriculture, one of the key components is having people to work and bring forward innovation into the industry. So succession is very important to me. And when it comes to empowering the next generation to bring their skills and ideas to the table for the industry is imperative. So that was one of the driving factors behind the scholarship, which I'm very excited about. I think the other things, and we go back to that question you asked me in regards to the drive that I have. You'll notice a lot of the stuff I volunteer for have a youth component to it. So I believe empowering the next generation to bring forward their skills and ideas is imperative. And if we manage that sort of thing, the ideas and innovations that they bring forward will help drive the future of agriculture, making sure that it's sustainable. It's almost full circle.
So continue with that thread. Anything that you want to add? Any kind of positivity that you want to share, or motivation for any ag journalists out there that are looking to kind of move forward with their career?
It's a fantastic industry to get into. It's very positive thinking. I think the big thing for me is that if you get into agriculture, there are so many different facets within the industry. And so when you're a journalist, you get to learn these facets and in any topic that you're covering. But with agriculture, you get to cover, so say you want to talk business, well, there's agribusiness. So if you're talking about tech, well, there's weather tech, there's agronomy tech, there's different angles there you can talk about, sort of thing. And if you're talking about succession planning, there's things along that lines, and then there's livestock health. So there's just so many different things that you can become an expert in as a journalist, just interviewing people. And I honestly believe that there's just so many fascinating people that work in the agriculture field that are really inspiring people to follow, sort of thing. And there's no better place to connect, as I said before, and I'll say this again, there's no better place to connect people, ideas, and resources than in agriculture. And that's what we do as journalists. We do connect people, ideas, and resources.
Well, I definitely feel like we need to acknowledge Kaylee Buchanan of Australia, who's also the recipient. Is it normal to have two recipients?
Yes. Well, first off, yes, congratulations to Callie Buchanan from Australia. Just absolutely incredible to see Callie win this award. I don't know Callie personally, sort of thing, but it's just fantastic to see her win it. Normally, there is only one winner. This year, because there were so many applications, I've been told that they decided, and they couldn't separate the two of us apparently, sort of thing. So they awarded two different awards. So I'm so, it's an honor to be able to share it with someone with her.